What's up, everyone? It's your girl, I am Kaya, and I'm back with another video. Today, we're talking about Love Island Season 7, Episode 6, the night that I have been waiting for. We got the second, is it counting the second? Well, I would say the first recoupling because the first one they have to couple up. So, the first official recoupling of the season, that's what I'm going to say. Y'all, my stomach was going through it this whole entire time, y'all. It was so crazy. Really enjoyed the episode. Not necessarily shocked by the outcome because I kept saying it was gonna either come down to Nick's choice. I said they're gonna have Nick pick last. It's gonna be between Bella and Sierra, and that's what exactly came up to. But before we get into all that, y'all know the deal. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, please, 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 thumbs up the video. It gets my video out there for more people to see. And let's go ahead. Like I said, I'm gonna be here all season long. But enough all that. Let's go ahead and get into this episode. All right, y'all. So the episode starts off not necessarily how it left it. It starts off with Huda and Jeremiah. I have that wrote down. Huda and Jeremiah, they have a little talk. She's basically just talking about Amaya, like about the during the challenge when Amaya had to kiss Jeremiah and how he really wasn't reciprocating the energy, but he said I did kiss her back, but it wasn't like a full-on makeout session. And basically, Huda and Jeremiah, they're locked in and everything like that. They're not going nowhere. We get into the next conversation, and I think this is when we get Taylor. Yeah, Taylor and Alondra, they're talking. And they're not talking about, mind you, they're not talking about their relationship. They're talking about the shit and tea that's going on in the house. Which again further proves my point. Taylor and Alondra are not, I don't see a romantic connection between these two. I don't see it at all. I don't see it no time soon. It's given very much. They even said it's very much friends, and that's what it's given. And I think as of right now, they're just staying coupled up to be safe so they can make it far, because both of them are each other's safe options. Because I know some people want to see Nick and Alandria, but not anymore. And Taylor, I don't see any other girl in the house at this moment unless they with some new bombshells come in. I don't see Taylor having anything with any other girl in the house. So Alandria is really his only safe option. That's what it's looking like at this point. So that's what I took out of their conversation. Then we jump over to Ace and Shelly. They're talking. This is like one of the upteenth conversations that they done had. And I know it just ends off, sorry, y'all, someone's texting me. I know it ends off with them saying, like Shelly saying, do you really know me? And they do this little cute moment where they like reintroduce themselves to each other. It's very cute. Now, the foreshadowing, y'all. I really thought that Ace was going to pick Shelly, based on what's going on later, because the way they're playing it out, let me just pull my hair down now. The way they were playing it out, y'all, is that everything was leading up to this moment, because because literally I think every conversation since the first episode, they've had side conversations, been talking to each other, because Ace is single, and Ace in the moment doesn't know necessarily what he wants to do. So this moment tricked me. I thought that Ace and Shelly were gonna end up being together. Yeah. So then we move on to the next scene, and then we get Amaya. She's talking to Jeremiah, and Amaya just wants to feel Jeremiah out, because you can just tell that aside from Ace, like I said in my last recap, Amaya really likes him. Wait, who's knocking on my door? Yeah, sorry about that, y'all. So where was that? Okay, so Amaya and Jeremiah, they're having a conversation, because like I said, you can tell that aside from Ace, Amaya really does like Jeremiah. I'm pretty sure that Jeremiah is her type, but he is very closed off, and he's only focusing on Huda. And I think after this conversation, it was finally clicking for her that yes, he's too locked in, and I don't want to. There's no point in me constantly pursuing this if it's not going to go nowhere. So she finally wipes her hands with him and everything. So while Amaya and Jeremiah is talking, we jump over to Ace and Huda are talking. And they're just basically just talking about the situation, about her relationship with Jeremiah, and about Amaya and everything like that. And basically Ace is just saying, like, you two are just too closed off, and it's only day 4. And Huda said she don't care. Like, honestly, we know you don't care. And Ace, like, that's the thing, like, Ace likes drum, but the stuff that Ace be saying, he says some true shit. It's like, y'all cannot be this closed off when it's day fucking 4, because nobody can come and approach you. And then that's what he was talking about. And then she says, well, no one's came and approached me. It's like, well, no one can approach you because you're into Jeremiah, so why is a dude gonna go out his way to talk to you if he knows that there is no chance? That's the reason why. Like, it's gonna be like, what's the point? So that's basically what they're saying. So then we jump over to after Amaya, she's done with her conversation with um with Jeremiah, she's then talking to Austin. And then her and Austin is talking about stuff. And throughout this moment, I was like, oh my God, Maya, please don't. She's just like saying how Austin is making her laugh. And I can see how Austin can be a funny person to talk to and everything like that. And honestly, though, I know I'd be really hard on Austin, just like him being a Trump supporter. I just can't. But honestly, if we did not find out Austin's like history, like him, like reposting stuff disregarding black women, him being a Trump supporter, him supporting a man who was like really evil, I think I could see it for Austin, but as of right now, I just can't. Every time he tries to make it work with a black woman, I'm just like, please don't fall too hard, because when she leaves that house and see what he actually is about, I don't want nobody getting hurt. But yeah, like she's like really vibing with Austin really, really hard. And I know Austin's happy that somebody's reciprocated some energy back to him, because so far no other girl in the house has been doing it. The only person really has been Shelly, but then Shelly has other options that she can pick from. So then we jump at the night scene, and then Taylor and they're about to get ready to go to bed. Taylor and Ace, they're in the room talking, and they're just basically talking about what's going on with Nick. Talking about how do you think it's gonna be with Nick? Who he's gonna choose between Bella and Sierra, and they're talking and everything about that. And in the nick of time, in the nick of time, Nick walks into the room, and they ask him. He talks about how he had a great conversation with Bella in the Soul Ties area, and how they were like making out, like tonguing each other down. Then he also says, but then I did pull Sierra for a conversation, and she said she kissed him in the photo booth. And then he said, of course, I'm not gonna like say no to it. Like, I was all into it. But then he says in the back of his mind, he said the physical attraction for Bella is there, but like the sexual and the conversations with Sierra is there. So that's why he's so torn and did not knowing what to do. So we jump over, everyone's getting ready to go to bed. Huda and Jeremiah, they take a shower together. I don't know, did they have sex in the shower? We don't know. And then every time they do the scenes where everyone's going to sleep, it's always Huda and Jeremiah making out. Like, everybody else is just sleeping next to each other. The only people that are really close to each other was Sierra in it. So we jump over to the morning scene where, the guys, as usual, they're making the girls breakfast. Taylor brought in Alandria breakfast. Ace brought Amaya and Shelly breakfast, and Nick brought Bella and Sierra breakfast. Now they're in there talking, and then Amaya finally says, after having a conversation with Jeremiah, she sees that he is all for Huda, so she doesn't want to go and pursue it, because she really likes how he talks about Huda and all this kind of stuff. And now Huda all of a sudden now likes Amaya and is cool with her and hugging her and calling her sister and everything like that. See, this is what could have happened had you gave the girl a chance, because at this point you've been disrespecting her, you've been calling her out her name, you've been going around telling everybody about her, how she has bad intentions, and now when she's saying she's gonna back up, all of a sudden you like her and you're friends with her and everything like that. I don't like that. And hopefully when they go back home and she sees all the stuff you were talking, like, I don't know if you guys are gonna build some kind of friendship, but hopefully she sees and see that as fake. So yeah, so everybody, they're just talking and everything. The guys are talking, they're in their little section. They're again asking Nick, like, okay, Nick, who are you gonna pick? Like, how's it gonna pick for you? And Nick is still saying he don't know. He said he's 50-50 and everything like that. And the guys are just really just telling Nick, I just cannot wait to see who you pick. And that's the rest of us. We're trying to see who Nick picks as well. So we jump over, Charlie and Hannah have a conversation. Yeah. No, I do not care. To be honest with you, I really do not care about Charlie and Hannah's relationship. I don't care about it at all. So yeah, I just know after that, Charlie and Austin have a conversation, and they just talk about what's going on in the house. But the main thing of their conversation, they talk about Shelly, because Austin says he had a great conversation with Amaya. Oh, I think I forgot to mention that him and Amaya actually, are still having another conversation after they woke up in the morning, and they did have a kiss. Now, when they kissed, Austin was making these weird ass noises. I was like, no. Yeah, so Austin and Amaya, they had like a really good chemistry, so Austin saw something there. But in the back of Austin's head, he still has feelings for Shelly and wants to see something working out with Shelly, even though she said at the moment they don't see anything romantic happening. he still feels for Shelly because how she looks good and how she's beautiful. And Charlie agrees. He said that Shelly is beautiful too. And if he had the opportunity, he would go to Shelly too. But Hannah is the one that's giving him attention. And he really likes how he feels when he's with Hannah. So then, midst of them talking, Shelly comes and she talks. And what I say right here? Oh yeah, Shelly comes and she pulls Austin aside and they just start talking. And then Shelly says, and Austin, they just basically saying how they like being friends, they like having these talks, but Shelly is still saying that she really likes Austin. I don't know why, but yeah, so she still likes Austin. So in the midst of them talking, all of a sudden Shelly gets a text, and they said that it's going to be a recoupling. The guys are going to pick, and the last girl, is going to be single and vulnerable. At the moment, they just said single and vulnerable. They didn't say the person was going to get dumped later on until Ariana got there. So yeah, so everybody is getting ready. Everybody's just like a little nervous. Like honestly, I don't know why everybody was so nervous and having bubble guts. Because the only people that seemed safe to me was Hannah, Huda, and Alandria. Those only three girls that should have been. All right, I don't know why Huda was like always talking about something. Oh my god, it's so nervous. Like, why is it nerve wracking? Like Jeremiah is picking you. The only people, and at this point, leading up to this point in the show, it was very obvious. It only came down to who Austin was gonna pick, who Ace was gonna pick, and who Nick was gonna pick. I knew for sure. Like I already know, like how TV works. Nick, they were gonna have Nick pick last. So whoever picked first between Austin and Ace was gonna determine everything. So everyone's trying to get their last conversations in. Nick is still having a conversation with Bella and Sierra, trying to figure out where his head is at, and he's just still like messed up. He don't know what he wants to do, so but he knows it's going to be a really hard decision for him. So everyone's getting ready and everything like that. The guys are still telling Nick that they need to know who he's going to pick, and he's still at this moment acting like he don't know, which he knew. So we finally get to the recoupling. Ariana shows up looking so gorgeous, like she always do. And then she says tonight the guys are going to pick, and the last girl that's there is going to be single, and she's going to be dumped off the island tonight. This is what I've been waiting for, y'all. So I'm not going to go down through a lot of their speeches because it was no matter. So she tells the guys that they have to stay down, and the girls comes up and they stand next to Ariana. And then the first person they ask is Jeremiah. I feel like they were just getting the really easy ones out the way because it was blatantly obvious, right? So they ask Jeremiah who he's going to pick, and he does his whole long, drawn-out speech. He picked Huda, and Huda was happy and everything like that and she was saying what we built and all this kind of stuff. It's like, I need somebody to come in that villa and break that up. It could have been Amaya, but she seems like she's a very respectable person, and she sees that Jeremiah is all for Huda, and she just didn't want to mess that up. But I need somebody to go in that house, be like a Liv. I need somebody to go in there who don't give a fuck about them building a relationship and break that shit up, because I need it. And I just see the crash out coming. I don't know when it's happening, but I need it to happen really soon. I need it to happen by this week. Okay, so they need to bring a bombshell in there that's gonna catch Huda's eye, or a bombshell that's gonna catch Jeremiah's eye, or somebody in there to fuck it up. I need it. But he picks Huda. Whatever, right? The next person they ask is Charlie. So then Charlie, immediately when they asked Charlie and Charlie started talking, Hannah immediately knew that she was gonna get picked, right? It was no question right there. He picks Hannah. I don't care. So then the next person they asked is Taylor. Now I kept thinking, I kept telling my friend this. I said, what if the Taylor hits us with the Uno reverse and picks somebody else? But I honestly feel like Taylor picked who he picked because it's safe and they both want to stay there. He picks Alandra. Again, I don't see any kind of romantic vibe between. Oh, who texted me? I don't see any kind of romantic vibe between Taylor and Alandra. I don't see it at all, y'all. I don't. And I honestly don't see Taylor so far connecting with nobody. Alandra probably, if they bring some tall, dark, and handsome person up in there, like a Jeremiah 2.0 or something for Alandra, but I just don't see Taylor and Alandra working as a couple. I don't. I think they're just there just to be safe. So then, this is where it gets interesting. So we got the last three guys. We have Ace, Austin, and Nick. That's while watching the show, I said it's gonna come down to those three. I just know it. I know Nick is gonna pick last, but who are they gonna ask to pick first? If they would have picked Austin first, who knows what would have happened? Who knows? So, man, who the fuck you text me? I need to put my thing on Do Not Disturb, y'all. Oh yeah, but anyway, so the first one that asks is Ace. Now, Ace stands up. Ariana asks Ace, who do you want to couple up with? The way Ace talked, y'all, I swear I thought he was gonna pick Shelly. And Peacock ain't making no better. The way they just drug it out, my heart was like this. And then he kept talking about something, because she's beautiful, she's ambiguous, I love her conversation, she makes me laugh. Mind you, Amaya had just got there like 12 hours ago, and he's been with Shelly since day one. So I'm thinking, okay, yes, he's gonna pick Shelly. Then when it took so long, I was like, wait, what is going on? He picks Amaya. I was like, I know you fucking lying. He really picked Amaya over Shelly. This is why everybody that be like, oh yes, Team Ace and Shelly, Team Ace and Shelly. This is why I told y'all I don't see it for them right now. I told y'all I didn't see it for them right now. Ace wants, I feel like he's gonna do this with almost every bombshell that comes in the house that catches his eye. I feel like Ace wants to explore with every bombshell that come into that house. And then at one point when it's down to the wire and he wants Shelly, that's what's gonna happen. But that's only if Shelly's open to it. I don't know if they bring a bombshell in there and they catch Shelly's eye, because I feel like a bombshell they come in there and a male bombshell and they come in there, catch Shelly's eye and get her away from Austin. But Ace picks Amaya because he wants to further explore that. Nothing against Amaya. I think she's a really beautiful, pretty girl, but I thought Ace was going to pick Shelly because it seems like the way the storyline was going, it was leading up to that point. But that didn't happen. So they pick Amaya. So both of the bombshells, Amaya and Hannah, have now been picked. So an OG girl is going home. And again, yes, Sierra is an OG because we don't speak about that other girl. So like, damn. And I was so scared for a second, y'all. I was like, don't tell me that Shelly's about to go home. Don't tell me Shelly's about to go home. But then Austin was picking. And then I said, Austin's going to pick Shelly because there's no reason for him to pick Bella or Sierra, because he only had a conversation, but it wasn't like a lover conversation like we can be in a relationship. It was just like a conversation between friends. So I was like, okay, Austin's going to pick Shelly because he's going to pick Shelly because we want to see who Nick is going to pick. And I don't think Austin was going to fuck that up for everybody else. So he knew he did the right thing by keeping Shelly there. Thank you, Austin. But I still don't want Shelly being with Austin. I hate that she is coupled up with Austin for another week. But anyways, so we finally get down to the wire, y'all. It's Nick, and he has to choose against who we all knew, Bella or Sierra. And then they took the longest time, y'all, trying to tell us who Nick chose, right? So Nick just kept talking my son. We had a great moment together, and then Bella starts smiling. And then he says, we had a great moment in the photo booth. And then Bella was like, photo booth? I never go to no photo booth. And immediately when he said photo booth, Sierra was like, I'm pretty sure it was the scene in last episode when she brought him in the photo booth and she started straddling on him. Sierra, she was very strategic. She knew what the fuck she was doing to keep her man so she could stay in that villa. He says that because of that reason, that's the reason I'm picking this person. He picked Sierra. Beldasha is going home, y'all. All you people that wanted Bella and Nick together, y'all didn't get it. I told you, I think, and Nick said it in the episode, I think I mentioned it. He says that he is physically attracted to Bella. But other than him being physically attracted to her, there's really nothing else between them two. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for the people that was really rooting for them. I kept calling that from the beginning. Like, if Bella was doing the same thing like Sierra does, I'm not saying she had to be physical with him or nothing, but at least trying to give him something. She wasn't really giving him nothing. And I think the only reason she started doing something and started really giving Nick something is when it came down to the wire, when she knew that there was a chance that she had to go home. So that was my point. She didn't start doing it until it was like too late. And he already had spent all this time with Sierra, and she was giving him everything that he wanted that you wasn't doing. But I didn't think Nick just keeps saying 50-50 because he's so attracted to Bella, but then there's nothing else he could say what else he likes about her. He never said like she had conversation. I don't even think Nick knows like Bella's middle name or what her favorite food is or what's her favorite color. I don't think Nick knows any of that. When he talks about Sierra, they vibe. They have I see chemistry between them. Like for right now, when I'm seeing through the screen, I see Nick and Sierra having chemistry. That's why I said I feel like Nick should go with Sierra, because other than Bella's looks, what else is there? Like, all the other conversations don't really excite me, except for that one when they had it in Soul Ties last episode. But even the conversation they had in this episode is like, no, I'm sorry. Like, nothing against Bella. I think she's a great, sweet girl. This just was not the show for Bella. It just wasn't the show for Bella. I'm sorry. So I'm not really shedding tears of her going home, but I did feel bad because it seemed like she's a big fan of the show and she wanted to stay longer. But it's just, today just wasn't her day. So Bella's not getting picked. Huda is crying like crazy. Who else is crying? Shelly was crying too. And then all them girls are giving each other a hug. They're telling Bella her goodbyes. Her and Nick have a last conversation. I think they have a good understanding. I think at the end of the day, Nick was just not the guy for Bella. I don't see, because Nick is too much of a player and he's too much sexual. And Bella gives me that she is very, very reserved. And I just never saw that working out. I see Bella with somebody else, but I just did not see her with Nick. She probably could have been with somebody like Taylor, but I don't know, just not with Nick. Just not with Nick. But Bella, she makes her last exit. They go, and then that's where the episode ends, y'all. So then tomorrow, that preview. So Alandria spills the beans that Nick made out with Bella before he made out with Sierra in the photo booth. So we're gonna see how that played out. Now that's the drama I'm waiting for. I don't know if Sierra's gonna go off on Nick, but if she does, thank you so much. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got for you guys for this episode. Really amazing episode. I was waiting for this episode all week because I almost shat at myself because I was waiting to see who Ace was going to choose and I was waiting to see who Nick was going to choose. Ace disappointed me. Nick, I mean, I would wanted him to pick Sierra because it made more sense to him picking Bella when nothing was there. But yeah, y'all, that's all I got for you guys for this episode. Before I get up out of here, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please, let's go ahead and get these engagement up there. I'm going to be here for Love Island all season long. That's all I got for you guys this episode, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.